So hello all, myself Vedvyas, mechanical first year. As you can see from the image, my particular project in C language consists of ATM simulation. So this project focuses on the simulating core functionalities of real world ATM. Now, the main question, why do we need this project? So there are very limited resources available all over the world. Second, it helps to interact with the multi-users and transaction history, which is the main part of this particular ATM project. Like it helps to keep our records secure and also helps to track our transactions. Now what are my approaches toward this? First, user authentication. I have enabled the function like secure login using PIN verification and OTP generation. Second, transaction processing. Like in this particular code, you will get the withdrawal, deposits, current balance, and mini statement functions available. Third, data management. It helps to store and retrieve user information, transaction logs, and account balances. Fourth, user interference, which helps to develop a simple command line interference for interactions. Now, this is the particular algorithm for my code. Start and declare variables as mentioned. Enter a loop to continuously prompt the user for a file name. So to avoid the leftover characters, I have cleared the input buffer, and to discard the remaining input, this particular code is written. And to read the file name, I using a scanf as mentioned. And attempt to open the file, use fopen to open the file in read mode. If file opens successfully, it will exit the loop. If file does not open, it will display an error message as mentioned. Once the file is opened successfully, it will read its contents, like use a loop to read a character from the file one at a time. This particular syntax used to read a character, this particular to display the character. It will exit the loop when it returns the end of the file. Close the file, use fclose to release the file resources, and algorithm ends here. Second, the working video of my particular code. Now explanation of the code, the main part of this particular project and this PPT. So stdio.h, which enables us to get the input and output functions. Standard library module like rend function. String.h, it handles the string handling like string copy function and str. Time.h used to get the current time for the transaction login. stdbool.h allows using true and false for boolean variables. And this define functions, this particularly ensures the maximum users up to 10, pin length up to 4, and OTP length up to 6. Type def structure and the user, basically this structure name is user, and in this particular structure username, pin, and balances are saved. Now user maximum, an array of user to store multiple user data. This particular code generates a random OTP of 6 digits as I have written, and OTP just is stored as a string and it is null terminated. Now the function to log transaction to the file, this basically helps to get the transaction type like withdrawal or deposit, username, transaction amount, etc. Also includes the current time step as I have mentioned here, C time and time now. This is the mini statement code. This whole code represent a transaction file and display the last 5 transactions for the given user. It filters transaction by username as mentioned and stores the last 5, shifting older transaction by new one. This function initializes 2 users, as you can see, and with their respective pins and balances. This function reads the username and returns the index of the user as mentioned in the users array, and if username is not found, it returns -1. Third, it will generate the OTP. Now initialize users as mentioned. Ensure default users are set up, like variables are declared for user credentials, OTP, transaction details, etc. Now this authenticate user, check username and pin validity, and exits on failure if credentials don't match. As you have seen in the video, like if someone enters invalid OTP and invalid pin, it will automatically exit out. Now these are the these are the options that are available in my particular code: withdrawal, deposit, check balance, and mini statement. In mini statement, one can see up to last 5 transactions. So yes, thank you for using my end message ATM. My ATM name is Galactic ATM. So purpose ends the program with a goodbye message. So overall flow of the whole code in Snap: user log with the username and pin, authenticity, user choose a transaction option from the menu, transaction logged and balance updates are saved, mini statement display. Now what are the learnings I got from this particular project? So as I mentioned, file handling, multi-user structure, and banking system simulation, these are the learnings. But if I talk about technical learnings, then while developing the code, I faced the issue of OTP generation, that I have handled it using the random operations, using the standard library function. And the second main issue I got, like transactions that are not getting saved, then I have created a transaction.txt file and I have saved my transactions in it, and written in the code to show the last 5 transactions. How I have done this? I have done this using I have cleared the input buffer, as I have mentioned earlier. To avoid the issues, I have cleared the input buffers. Now what are the modules that I have used? Basically I have used all the modules as mentioned, starting from introduction to the file handling in C. Now conclusion that I derive from this particular project significance, like this particular project allows us to get the programming concepts and their practical applications in the real world scenarios, and what are the future improvements that I can do from this particular project. Graphic user interference, I can apply it, I can integrate it for a user friendly experience, and I can incorporate it with a real-time network to simulate online transactions. And also I am very happy to hear from the audience too, what are the improvements that I can do in this project code. So thank you so much for hearing me, and thank you so much for spending your crucial time with me.